Hello everyone, my name is Bruno Travensolo. I'm from Federal University of Uberlândia in Uberlândia, Minas Gerais, Brazil. In this talk, I will present DynetVis, an interactive software to visualize structure and epidemics in temporal networks. Our team members are Cláudio Linhares, Jean Ponciano, José Gustavo Paiva, all from Federal University of Uberlândia, and Luiz Rocha from Ghent University in Belgium. Here's the outline of the presentation. I separated it in 4 parts. In the first, a motivation to why we need to visualize temporal networks, followed by the description of DynetVis, and a demonstration video showing the functionalities of the software, and finally the conclusions. Motivation, network visualization. In this slide you can see 3 different networks. We can promptly see the difference just by visualizing these networks. The first is modular, the second is sparse, the third is a dense core. So, adequate visualization techniques provide means for quick and reliable information of non-trivial patterns, trends, and anomalies in the network structure that would be difficult to find otherwise. In temporal networks characteristics as idleness, bursts, make them useful to study dynamic processes. We can, for example, estimate flow over the nodes, spreading of opinion, rumors, infections, and others. Here are 2 examples of visualization of temporal networks. With this, we can see the evolution throughout time of the connections between the nodes. We can identify different patterns of concentration of connection, for example. So, what is DynetVis? DynetVis is a free available and open source interactive software to perform visual analysis of temporal networks. It provides 4 visualization techniques: structural, temporal, matrix, and community layouts. Here are some examples of the layouts. In the temporal layout, we provide several node ordering strategies. Also, we can find heat maps to show the connection between the nodes, edge sampling to remove some edges and improve the visualization, and also dynamic process. We can simulate a dynamic process and also visualize the results of the simulation. In the structural layout, you can find different node organization algorithms. In the matrix layout, you can find different forms to order the nodes in the matrix. And in the community layout, we can use this layout to compare 2 community detection algorithms. So, let's start the demonstration of the software. This is the DynetVis website, dynetvis.com. In this website, you can download the software. After download, just unzip the folder. You don't need to install anything. And to run the software, double-click on this dynetvissystem.jar. This is the main screen of the software. To open a network in DynetVis is very simple. The file format contains 3 columns. The first column is the source node, the second column is the destination node, and the third column is the timestamp. Now let's open a network. You can click on File, Open Dataset, and choose a network in the formats that I said before. When you choose to open using temporal structural layout, the first thing that you see is the temporal layout. This layout is a timeline-based strategy that places nodes vertically and timestamps horizontally, with vertical lines representing the connections between the nodes. The interface of the software provides several options to change the visualization and the properties of the layout. For example, you can click in Zoom to Fit to see the entire network on the screen. Also, you can uncheck Show Node Lines to remove from the visualization the horizontal lines that represent the nodes, provide a cleaner layout. In the temporal layout, we can reorder the vertical position of the nodes using several strategies: appearance, random, lexicographical, degree. One good strategy is CNO, Community-Based Node Ordering. CNO can be used to cluster nodes into communities, and you can reorder the communities and the nodes inside the communities. For example, here you can see the first two communities of this network. You can also show only the inter-community edges or the intra-community edges. In the top toolbar, you can change the node color, the edge color, and also use different color scales. Another important feature of DynetVis are the edge sampling methods. You can use different methods for sampling the edges. For example, here's the result of random sampling. We can also visualize the same network using the structural layout. This layout is the traditional node link diagram. You can choose between different algorithms to dispose the nodes in the layout. For example, here's the force direct layout. As in the temporal layout, you can also change several properties of the nodes and edges: node size, node color, edge stroke, and use different scale bars. Another important feature of the software is the user interaction. You can select nodes in the layout and see properties of these nodes. Also, the nodes selected here in the structural layout are also selected in the temporal layout. You can also interact in the temporal layout. For example, if you select two nodes in the temporal layout, you can see the connection pattern of these two nodes, how they connect to each other throughout the time, the whole time span of the network. You can also select nodes in the temporal layout and see how these nodes are connected in the structural layout. For example, here a community is selected in this layout and the same community is now selected in the structural layout. We can simulate dynamic processes in the network, for example, a random walker or an epidemiologic process, using, for example, SIR models. You can choose the parameters of the model, and you can see the results in the temporal layout. The color of the nodes changes according to its state: blue for susceptible, red for infected, and yellow for recovered. You can change the parameters of the simulation and see the results in the layout. You can see the evolution of the spread of the disease throughout the time. To visualize the network as a matrix, you can select the matrix layout when opening the file. In the matrix layout, the nodes are positioned as an adjacency matrix. You can change the node positions by using some algorithm, for example, community detection, using Louvain. The nodes are now clustered in communities, and you can change the colors of the nodes. In matrix layout, you can use animation to see the evolution of the connection between the nodes. You can change the speed of the animation, and also you can use a fade-out effect to preserve the mental map. In the community layout, you can compare the results from two different community detection algorithms, for example, InfoMap and Louvain. You can see which nodes belong to which community and the intersection between these communities. In the Information Help menu, you can find a complete documentation of the software features, how to open files, the file format, and also how to export the results from the layouts to images format like PNG. So, this was the demonstration of DynetVis. If you have any question, we can talk in the end of the presentation. Conclusions. DynetVis has four interactive layouts: structural, matrix, temporal, and community layout. It provides several nodes positioning and ordering methods distributed on different layouts, including the state-of-the-art visual scalable strategy, which is the CNO, Community-Based Node Ordering. It has different edge sampling methods from literature. Also, it provides network community detection through two state-of-the-art algorithms, InfoMap and Louvain, which can be performed in the four layouts. Also, it has simulation and analysis of dynamic process, including Van der Walker, four infection spreading models, and a novel node ordering strategy based on the infection path. Websites and publication. DynetVis is freely available on this website. It is an open source software developed in Java programming language to support multiple platforms. You can download the source code on this address. And here you can find a list of publications that use DynetVis. Thank you very much for your attention. My name is Bruno. If you want to contact me, this is my email address. I would like to acknowledge CAPES, CNPq, FAPEMIG, and Federal University of Uberlândia, UFU. Thank you very much.